Hi, my name is Tim Cambry, and this is my report on Mercy Otis Warren. She was born September 25th, 1728 in Plymouth, Massachusetts. She was a poet, she wrote dramas, and she was an activist. Her father, James Otis, was a lawyer, and he served in the Massachusetts legislature. Her brother, James Otis, the younger, was also a lawyer. He was famous for challenging the British writs of assistance in 1761. She was educated by her uncle, the Reverend Jonathan Russell, and he actually educated her as he was tutoring her brother, and he allowed her to sit in on all the lessons except for Greek and Latin. In 1754, she married her brother's friend, James Warren, who knew each other from Harvard, and he was a merchant and a farmer, and he also served in the Massachusetts state legislature from 1766 to 1778. It was her husband who encouraged her writing, and it was through his contacts that she made friends in the leadership of the revolution, and she was able to stay in the center of everything for more than 2 decades. In 1769, her brother was beaten by the colonial revenue officer, and this started her political activism. She started hosting parties to gather protest, and this led to the Committee of Correspondence. She started posting her dramas in the Boston newspaper, and in 1772, she published The Adulator, which actually predicted the Revolutionary War, and it had a character in it who was obviously modeled after Thomas Hutchinson, who was the British royal governor. In 1773, she published The Defeat. In 1775, she published The Group, which was a satire where King George repealed the Massachusetts Charter of Rights. In 1776, she was credited with Blockheads. In 1779, she was credited with the Motley Assembly. She supported the Boston Tea Party, and she encouraged women to boycott British imports. She was a Republican, and as the country was moving more towards Federalist, she wrote The Observation of a New Constitution, where she rejected a strong centralized government. In 1790, she published a collection of works that included The Sack of Rome and Lady Castile. And in 1805, she published her 3-volume History of Rise and Progress and Termination of the American Revolution. This didn't focus on the military or the battles, this focused on the people involved. And she was actually pretty critical of John Adams, who she'd been a longtime friend with John Adams and his wife Abigail. But after she wrote this, that really hurt the relationship. She also focused a lot on women's education. She was very critical of the lack of opportunity women had for education. She lived until she was 86, keeping up her correspondence with her friends all the way until the end. Thank you.